Ladies and gentlemen, because of the most recent testing period, we have learned a lot more about the garden update, and some of this information is going to be very important for the future. My name is Derailious, welcome back to Skyblock News, and let's launch right into it. Starting off, we're going to want to go to Centauri in the hub because now they provide you pretty much every single farming item in the game that you need in order to farm pretty much any crop in the game. This is important, obviously you're going to need these items to farm effectively, but this is also important because it shows off the fact that you're going to want to collect as many of these items as possible before Garden comes out. I'll get to that in a minute, but this is pretty important. So obviously the whole bit with Garden is that we have NPCs that come visit your garden, and we have the garden itself, which is everything on the outside. You're going to want to increase your garden level, and the best way to do that is going to be twofold. Number one, it's going to be getting as many of these visitors as possible and accepting as many of their requests as possible, but it's also going to be getting what's called crop milestones, which can be found in the Garden Milestones tab. If you get these crop milestones, you will get a lot, and I mean a lot, of garden XP. All you need to do to level these up is farm on the garden. What this means is it's going to be highly effective to make pretty much every type of farm and farm here for a bit so you can get all of this garden XP. This will allow you to increase your level, meaning more people can visit you, and by the way, some of these people give you an absurd amount of XP. Some of the later high-end legendary NPCs give you an insane amount of XP, something like 350,000 farming XP per request they accept, and it's not like you have to turn in a ridiculous amount of items in order to get that XP. On top of that, you get a huge amount of copper, which is important for the Sky Mart, as it allows you to buy up pretty much all of these skins, and also the Lotus equipment, which is going to be further useful because it'll increase your farming fortune. Something else I want to bring up here is that if you get a certain amount of unique visitors, you will get an upgrade that allows the time between visitors to decrease from 15 minutes to 12 minutes. It's not something super major, but it is pretty important in my opinion. I also want to mention that you might also want to grind out or get some other items that you may not normally think of. Jack-o'-lanterns, for instance, are useful for one of the NPCs, as is enchanted sugar, and also enchanted golden carrots and golden carrots as well. Many of these items are super important for these NPCs and fulfilling their requests, so you're going to want to get them as soon as possible. A smaller piece of information that may be relevant to many of you is that if you don't specifically like a certain setup, maybe you don't like the wheat setup, you think it's not great, you want to make your own, you can absolutely do that. You have a preset that you can save on a plot. So let's just say I edit out my wheat setup and I want to save it. I can call it wheat 1 and I can do that. And if I click here to modify it, you can see wheat 1 is here. This basically works as you would expect it to. If you want to make custom plots, if you want to make a huge stacked farm, you can still do that. You just need to create one of these custom presets. Now, the last little pieces of information here that I want to go over regarding these NPCs is that one of them can give you a fairy soul. Some of them do have some custom drops that they can give you, like a jungle key or a dead bush, but the fairy soul, I figure, is pretty important, bringing us to a total of 239. Something else I wanted to bring up, at least for now, is that you should go for all of the farming equipment you can, except for maybe the wheat hoe, because the wheat hoe is having its recipe changed, and effectively it's halved now. It's much less work in order to get one of those, so maybe after Garden you're going to want to have the materials ready maybe, and make it then, but I wouldn't really worry about it now. The rest of the items though are things that you're going to want to go for. You're going to want to get into this as fast as humanly possible, because that's how you're going to get the leg up on other people. But yeah, that's basically the fundamentals of Garden. I don't expect too much of it to change in the future, or at least over the next little bit of testing period. Hopefully they fix this issue where some of the plots allow you to, I don't know, make pumpkins in the wrong spots, as you can see on the corners. A little annoying, but hey, they'll probably fix that or change it. The final piece of general information I want to bring up here is that the crappie, the melon, the squash, and the fermento sets are all able to be donated to the museum. Now, this isn't obviously the most important thing, but hey, it's going to fix the problem that we had a lot of updates in which things would be added and not added to, the museum. So hey, free XP if you want it. I think the melon armor is going to be pretty easy to get. This update looks to be pretty great, all jokes aside. Obviously, things are being worked on in the back end. A lot of bugs are being fixed, a lot of things are being improved upon, but I would say that the garden looks to be pretty much ready for release. I wouldn't be that surprised if we got it within the next couple of weeks, maybe a week or two at most, in my opinion. And after that, we have Wizard Portal, and after that, we have Foraging Update. Good times are ahead. At the end of the day, though, my name is Derailious. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. Join my Discord down below for giveaways and updates. And look to the future, fellas, because I will see you then.